everyone, and welcome back to the EnCharge show. I am Tara Brewster with my co-host Alfonso Santinello and Michael Connolly. I would just like to say before we begin that Michael is going to be on TV twice today. So big pat on the back to you, buddy. After this, he's going to be on Mass Appeal. So.
Yes, he'll be selling autographs later on.
Yeah. The line's probably already out the front of the door and the back, but anyway.
I snuck into the back.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's why you're wearing those big shades.
Yeah. So we have a great show for you today. For News, Michael's going to talk about what's going on with Chick-fil-A and Eat More Kale.
Mm-hmm.
And Al's doing Entrepreneur of the Week, and I am doing Employee.
Okay, so with the Eat More Kale thing, Chick-fil-A, you know, they have this whole Eat More Chicken thing, and they spell it wrong. And so this guy out of Vermont, he made this T-shirt a few years back, maybe like in 2003, I think it said, for his friend, and it said Eat More Kale. Now, kale is this lettucey, leafy, greeny kind of thing.
I love kale. Do you love
I've never
kale?
had it, actually.
Really?
Well, I'm Italian. I have pasta and meatballs and sausages, and like I don't eat.
There's like a plethora of kale in the valley. You guys need to. Have you ever had kale?
No,
I will try
Shut
it, though.
up.
I like trying new food, so I will try it.
Oh my God. Well, it is like one of like the superfoods, like the super
Would it
green
give me
foods.
superpowers?
It might.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It's really good. There's like a bunch of different kinds of kale. You guys, you got to try some kale, man. It's very
Are
good
you
for
a cook? Can you cook us the kale?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We can all do this and then go eat some kale later. That's fine.
So the guy's name is Bo Mueller
Back
Moore.
to the topic.
And, so Bo made these shirts, and it kind of took off. He would, you know, his friends wore them to a farmer's market, and everyone wanted them. So Bo started making more and more of these shirts. And Chick-fil-A a few years back caught wind of it, and they sent him a cease and desist. And he was like, "No, I'm not, you know, doing anything wrong here." So he kind of responded to him and then went away. So now the Eat More Kale shirt is becoming so popular that he wanted to trademark that phrase. And now Chick-fil-A is threatening again to sue him and this, that, and the next. And, you know, because if you guys understand anything, you know, I believe in trademarking. I believe in, you know, you have to do that.
Yeah.
But when you have a big company like Chick-fil-A, that's a multi-million-dollar company. What do they care about this little guy making some T-shirts? You know, it bothers me when it gets that extreme. You know, and
It's monopoly.
Yeah.
Right.
They try to dominate the market. It's just monopoly. That's
Right. So if I do a shirt that says "Eat More Stinky Cakes," they're gonna come after me because it says "Eat More," and they spell more M-O-R. This guy's M-O-R-E, and it's just two totally different things. And it has, because Chick-fil-A is saying they don't want people buying the shirts thinking is affiliated with Chick-fil-A. I don't understand.
Is there even a Chick-fil-A
Kale,
in Western Mass?
No, not
fake chicken.
Not in
Kale,
England.
fake chicken.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even think there's a Chick-fil-A around here. And I mean, I would never, no offense to Chick-fil-A, I'm just not a fast food person, so I wouldn't eat there, but.
Well, and that's the other thing too. I think it was really funny that it's like fast food versus like organic, healthy, like vegetables. Like, I don't really see the person who's like ingesting tons of kale or like having that mindset of eat more kale, eat more veggies, like be vegan, be vegetarian, like going to Chick-fil-A. Like,
Right.
I don't see like
It's two different worlds, two
Yeah.
different mindsets, and you know, I'm happy that this guy Bo is, you know, sticking to his guns and saying, no, I'm not doing that.
You should.
And what I
You
like,
should counter-sue.
well, you know what he's
Just
doing,
for the stress and the headaches.
what he's doing, what I think is kind of smart. He launched a Kickstarter campaign. He's launching this documentary and how this big company's trying to take him down, this, that, and the next. And, you know, so you can check out his Kickstarter. Just search Eat More Kale on Kickstarter, you'll find it. But
Yeah, I really like this guy. After reading the story about how, like, his main job is, you know, being a foster parent to this older, you know, middle-aged fellow who has disabilities and stuff, and it's like, leave the poor man alone. You
Like,
know,
obviously
it's like
Chick-fil-A didn't
Look,
do the
he's a good
research on
guy.
who the person is.
Yeah,
They just
like-
they're thinking about money. They're not thinking about people. They're not thinking about and that's what happens with the corporate companies.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll post up the link for you guys, but there's this great picture of him, like, you could tell he's like in his house or something,
Yep.
like his room, and like he's got all these shirts hanging and stuff. It's like, oh man.
If you go to our Facebook page, the EnCharge show, we'll post it up on there so you guys can see it.
But you're right though. He and as you guys know, my wife and I we've been doing foster care for about 7 years now, and it takes a special person to be able to do that normally, and especially with an older aged out foster kid. Because sometimes you got to understand this is almost like a lifelong commitment because these kids have nowhere to go, and this kid with special needs, so it takes a lot to do that. So I mean, you're right. I think Chick-fil-A, they instead of trying to take this guy down, they should cut him a break.
Yeah.
Sell his shirts in some of their stores or something. I mean, how much money you gonna really get from eating more kale?
Right.
Just that sometimes.
Or how much are you gonna lose?
Right.
From more kale.
That's exactly what it is.
You're not gonna lose people to go from fake chicken to healthy vegan food.
Right.
It's just not right. Yeah. What maybe they should do a line of kale chicken sandwiches or something. I don't know.
Put some kale on the sandwich.
Put some kale on the sandwich.
I've never had kale, so I don't know what it will taste.
Kale on a grilled chicken. I don't know.
I could see that.
See?
Yeah.
I don't even know what kale is.
You see that very intense green. It's like a very
like a lettuce.
Thicker than
Thicker
lettuce.
than that.
Yeah.
Like super spinach.
It's like it's like
Really?
thick spinach.
So it's like hard to chew and hard to eat and hard.
Yeah.
So why
like
is
you really
it so
gotta
good?
like cook it down
If
it's got
if
like
you gotta
so many
work at eating something, I don't know if I want to eat it.
Well, it's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, at the farm show.
Okay, you had me at lifestyle.
All right. All right. So good?
That's it.
All right. I like it. I like that story. Thank you, Michael. All right, so I'm going to talk about employees. And, what I've kind of been talking about is, trying to figure out where the market's going, what's going on with employees, what's going on with the economy. And I found this article on Monster Thinking about the top 5 employee engagement trends to watch for 2011. And kind of they're saying where everything's going from 2008, where the employee morale was really low, lots of job loss and cutbacks, and there was like depression all around. Mm-hmm. And now in 2012, they're talking about how everyone's sort of coming back from this recession. There's all of these new jobs happening. There's more security. There's more curiosity.
There's a lot more new businesses.
Movement, right.
Yeah.
Right, there's a lot more movement, it's not so stagnant, and basically what this article was saying was 54% of all employees plan to look for another job in 2012, 2013. So that's a ton of movement. I feel like people are finally like feeling secure about, oh, the grass is greener, let me go try that, or let me finally move because the bottom's not going to fall out anymore.
I think those are the people that didn't get laid off.
Yeah.
And are seeing that more of the people are getting hired up again, and now they're seeing different opportunities because now there are a lot of businesses that did like thousands and thousands of cutbacks, but now they're slowly opening jobs up again, and it's great that they want to see the grass is greener on the other side. But at the same time, kind of give the opportunity to people that have been laid off who still don't have jobs, and and it's not fair in a way where a company might pick someone who still is working because they've been having a long-standing experience compared to someone who's been laid off.
Right, and I think that what's happening too is that companies are starting to think about like retention plans to keep people. Because so everyone's sort of seeing this like change start to happen where people are looking for other jobs and looking to leave and looking to move and looking to hire. So companies need to start thinking about how do I keep
back in the
my
day,
good people.
back in the day, most like our parents' generations, they maybe had 1 or 2 career changes through their life.
Yeah.
Now people have different career changes. By the time they're 30, they have 30, not 30 jobs, but like 3 or 4 different jobs in different companies, and that's just the way most people are now. It's not that they're not happy where they are. It's just people are always looking for a change and always looking to grow professionally, and that's what happens when people move from place to place.
I think 2 things with that. First, with people switching jobs, what the recession did was it kind of took a lot of people, like you had, for example, people with these masters and bachelor's and master's degrees that got laid off, and they just took jobs to take care of their families.
Yeah.
So now that those opportunities where they were back up, they're leaving, and I think that's going to open the gate for people to take the positions that they left, 1. And then 2, because I was talking to somebody the other day. He owns a framing company. He does doors, and he owns a framing company. He says, I have a guy here with a master's degree, but you know he also learned to do framing when he was younger. Now he's doing that, but you know he knows he's not going to keep that guy.
Yeah.
But once that guy goes back to what he's doing, someone who's trained in framing could get that job. And then the second thing too, I think. A lot of times people jump into, because you said about switching careers, sometimes people jump into careers thinking is what they want to do.
Yeah.
And like our generation, we were like, nah, I'm not dealing with this. Whereas our parents and grandparents were like, well, you know what, let me just stick it to, because they had a different mindset. Like we're more entrepreneurial, go-getters, digital age. Like,
people will complain on Facebook, and then someone will be like, oh, I have an opening at this job. And it escalates that way. Before, like our parents' generation, it's like, oh, honey, I had a bad day. They talk about it, they have a few drinks, they go to bed, and they just go right back to the next work.
Well, it's the security aspect too. I feel like back then, like people's risk tolerance thresholds, it's almost like stock market and investing and stuff. Well, everyone had a really low threshold.
When there wasn't so many opportunities with so many different kinds of businesses, now there are a lot of people that like they want to work at a different kind of company. And they want to work at like an innovative job and company because they think it's more exciting. But sometimes grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
But I think the economy is getting better overall.
Yeah.
I've seen the jump in it. I mean, for me owning, like for the marketing agency, it's when you start getting bigger clients and more of them, that's when it's going good, because a lot of the companies are actually they're laying off the marketing people and outsourcing the whole departments. Which is not good, but it gives the opportunity for the marketing people who work in corporate to go work in agencies now instead of working in corporate offices.
Right. Instead of working on one thing all day, they get to work on a plethora of things.
Exactly.
And you're right, though. The first thing that goes when there's a recession or there's a tight budget in a company is their advertising and marketing.
Which is not not a smart idea.
I know it's true.
Yourself.
And once you see those things start to pick back up, that's how you know things are turning around.
Yeah. So just one final thought about this maybe is, what are you doing in your company, or what is your company doing for you to keep you? Thinking about compensation and benefits, like what sort of packages exist, what sort of extra perks are there. Training and professional development is always a good thing. I know a lot of people that actually ask, will you, company X, will you pay for me to go to this class or this training seminar or whatever? And I also think that the work-life balance for a lot of companies and employees are very important. So maybe like throw your...
You should have them email us. Let us know what your company is doing to keep you, or if you're the owner or the manager, what are you doing to keep your companies? Email us at EnChargeShow@thebusinesschannel.com. Let us know. We'll mention it in the next couple episodes, and maybe we'll spark ideas with other companies. So email us. Let us know what you do, and that way we can we'll share it with the world via the web and LCTV.
And one thing I was thinking about too, after I sort of read this article and was thinking about it just in terms of my business, we only have one employee, so Will, I was like, oh, what could I do for Will to like make Will feel like special and appreciated, because we love Will. Will's awesome. He works 20 hours a week for us. We hope to bring him up to part-time in the near future, and he's just amazing. So I was driving along and I was like, okay, So I decided that one day in the spring I'm going to go in and tell Will, bye. And he's going to say, what, bye? What do you mean? And I'm just going to give him the day off. Like, I'm going to like pay him for the hours, but I'm just going to be like, there you go.
Now.
You should do it on
he's not going to watch it.
Don't do it on a rainy day.
No, do it on a really nice day.
Don't do it when it's like crappy in the middle of like a tornado or something.
Yeah?
Like, just go play outside.
No, but what do you guys think?
I think that's a great
idea.
idea.
Come in, he expects to work his full shift, he expects to be there, and I'll just be like,
bye.
See ya.
Yeah, have a paid day off.
Yeah, have a paid day off. Like, I don't know what you're going to go do, but go do it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So last is the Entrepreneur of the Week. South by Southwest just finished wrapping up, and the highlight, every year there's this app that everyone is buzzing about. So this year, there's an app called Highlight. So I wanted to talk about Paul Davison. He's the CEO of the app. And the app is really, really cool. I'm just going to read it off here so I don't really mess it up. It's a fun and simple way to learn about people around you. If someone is standing near you and also has the app Highlight, their profile will show up. And as you go on about your day, so basically it's an app and you become friends with other people who are on this app. And if you're around them, your phone will make a little buzz or whatever, and it'll let you know who's around you, their interests, their who they are, what they do, what they like, and it's perfect for networking events. So you know how to start a conversation with someone, and it's a good way to keep people. If you know, like I go to an event and I don't know that you guys are there, it's like ding ding ding, Tara's here. I'm like, where is she? Like
Right.
it's kind of a good way to kind of. I think this is a really smart app. I don't know how intense it's going to become along the way. I think it's kind of bordering the privacy thing. But Paul, I think he started weeks before he went to South by Southwest, and it's just blown up. He's a fairly young guy. He's in his late 20s, I believe. Smart guy. So the app is really cool. It's only available through the iPhone right now. Most apps start.
I
Anyway.
just wanted to say to you guys that I'm scared of this thing.
What?
And I think it's bad.
What?
I just think it's totally freaky.
Yeah,
I would not want it on my phone. I would not want it.
Well,
It's like too much for me.
I'm having mixed emotions about it too. You sold me when you said for networking.
Yeah.
I like it for networking, and I like it for my friends. Or like if I'm at a Celtic game or whatever, and I didn't know my buddy was there, and I could say, hey, Steve's here, or hey, Al's here, or hey, Tara's here, and then I could find you, and we could do something together. But for some random person to be able to say, hey, Mike Connolly's here, because you don't know who knows you and who thinks they know you, and it's kind of, especially with Twitter and Facebook and everyone thinking they know you.
It says that they'll let you know what people don't know. It's by interest, so depending on what you put in there, then the interest will pop up. It does draw a line against privacy, but it's one of those apps. It's like Foursquare. I don't check into everything that. I don't check into everything from Foursquare. I check in from like networking events, or if I'm on vacation and I want to show off that I'm on vacation, and I'll check in. But other than that, I don't like. There's people that check in like got home, like at their house on Foursquare, which is
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got one foot in the water. I'm like,
I give it a 1 thumb up and 1 down.
Yeah.
people are
2
crazy.
thumbs down.
Man. People are too crazy these days, man. I'm like, I like the network. Networking is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we have for today.
That was fast.
That was a weird. What was that?
That's why I'm not on highlight.
No one saw that.
Someone might do that to me on
I think
highlight.
the camera's over there, not like
That was
right
like
here.
his Chucky face or something.
Just get him a red wig.
Yeah.
So we're on Twitter and Facebook at EnCharge Show. Follow us. We'll post up links to the articles that we've talked about so you can read up on them as well. And we'll post other relative information on entrepreneurship and business and things like that. And anything else you need to close out on?
No?
Anything?
Is it a wrap? Is it a kale wrap?
It's a kale wrap.
It's a kale wrap. All right.
Can we get
Wrap it up.
We want some free Eat More Kale shirts,
Yeah.
Mr. Bo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We need some stickers for
I need to
our
try
some
kale.
stickers.
I need to try kale first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got eating kale.
I get the T-shirt. These guys need to get the kale.
Yeah. All right. Have a good week, everyone.
All right. Bye, you guys.